Violation, violation. How quiet are you? And it says I'm fine back here, and yeah, and it says I'll be giving you guys some more details on the live event that'll be happening tomorrow. And as you guys can see on the countdown timer, it'll be happening. I mean, basically, we'll just be above on 24 hours. So yeah, and also as you guys can see, the back in the background is complete. So it's basically complete. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty cool. And yeah, and so I'll give some more details. But first, let's load up into Battle Lab, and then I'll talk to you more about this. Malaysian, yes, Malaysian, and yes, guys, we have now finally landed. Yeah, we have now finally landed, and yeah, and yeah. I also guys, I was speaking guys on my wish list for next season. So yeah. All right, so let's get into let's get into this. No, as you guys all know, no the event is tomorrow. It's on Saturday, June 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern time, or at 10 p.m. or at 10 p.m. Central European time. So yeah, so yeah, um, so yeah, as you guys know, I always recommend you guys to join earlier than 1 hour. Earlier than 1 hour, and this time it's no different. As you guys know, I already mentioned this in my first video, but if you guys have not seen my first video, basically I said to join like 3 hours or 4 hours earlier because in chapter three the servers were not very good, especially in chapter three season one. Last season the servers were still bad. So, yeah, this season their servers were actually quite fine. And also guys, I mean I have a teaser for the new season. And basically, the way it worked was throughout the past week, content creators such as Cypher PK and Music would basically get these images sent over by Fortnite themselves, and those are like puzzles, and we have to do basically like put this puzzle together to get one image, which is basically the teaser, which is basically the teaser for the new Fortnite season. So yeah, so first I think that this is very cool, and also guys, I also like to give a shout out to the leakers on Twitter who actually put this puzzle together for us. So yeah, so huge shout out to them. And also, guys, as you guys can see now we can actually see this image on your screen right now. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool image. And a- and and this image, as I mentioned, it was basically just puzzle pieces. And yeah, and yeah, so that's pretty much our teaser for the new season. So yeah, it looks very cool and it's very exciting as well. So yeah. And also, it will set some other leaks for new season, such as the Battle Pass actually got leaked as well. But I'll not be showing you guys that because because I won't spoil anything for you guys. So yeah, so don't just worry, this you guys, no spoilers, no spoilers. So yeah, yeah, and now guys, it's time for me to tell you guys my wish list for the brand new season. So first of all, I like to see all the chapter three guns get vaulted and then replaced with the OG core guns, with the OG core guns, which basically had in chapter one and chapter two. And yeah, and also during those like really fun items, uh, mm, items items such as, I don't know, for example, the sword flip was very fun. And yeah, the surf was really fun, and also so the hamster balls on the ballers, and those are really fun as well. And yeah, and also I like to see new features such as weapon modding, like, I don't know, Apex Legends or COD has it, or basically like find attachments for a weapon to make it better. So like applying a red dot sight onto to Scar, car. That'd be like super cool. So yeah, it was like and yeah, that'd be like super cool. So yeah, also the return crafting because honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I really miss the crafting system. Um, I think it's a very good addition, and to be fair, the only good addition in Chapter 2 Season 6. I mean, I think we can all agree that Chapter 2 Season 6 just absolutely sucked. Sucked, and that season was worse than Season X. If you guys ask me, it's just it's just so boring, and basically the map was really bad and everything was just really bad that season. So yeah. So yeah, but the crafting system was actually good good part of that season. So yeah, and yeah. Also guys, as you guys know, you got zero build this season, which is an absolutely amazing addition to the game. But for example, zero build Steam Rumble will be super cool. And yeah, also I like to see those OG actual fun LTMs return, those such as the Disco Domination, Food Fight LTMs and LTM. I'll also like to see the Forest Lava return and also Food Fight Deep Fried, which is basically Food Fight Forest Lava. And yeah, also I like to see on the spy games on the spy games LTM return from Chapter 2 Season 2 to I think that's a very fun LTM and LTM yeah yeah, and the XP system, I think the XP system is fine the way it is. So I like to not see any XP changes. But for example, I would like to see the return of those like 3D pass lobbies, how we had it how we had it in chapter two season two, chapter two season three, and chapter two season four. I would like to see that return. And yeah, and maybe maybe a bit more map changes as well. I mean, things when the season started, I would definitely say the map changes were actually quite good. And we had those blimps, and that was actually quite solid. And that was actually quite solid. But then later, it just became worser. And and yeah, and yes, we got new PIs such as the collider. I like to see like more map changes and like better POIs at the start of the season. And yeah, also the content of this season were fine. They're actually quite good. We got a lot of content these updates, such as a bunch of new items and also so just like slow map changes, because look, even though the map changes were not the best throughout the season throughout the season. At least we got at least we got map changes to feel to feel the game more fresh. So yeah, so yeah, so even though the map changes were definitely not the best, at least got map changes. These content updates and updates were actually quite solid. If you guys ask me this season. So yes, so that's pretty much my entire wish list of for next season for the next season. For next season, and this is just for me basically. And yeah, and also there's one gun which I like to see back in the game. It is the guided missile launcher. Well, it's not really a gun. It's more of a weapon. It's a basic weapon. Like I like to see the weapon and the guided missile launcher. I would love to see that back in the game. I love to see that weapon in the game. And that weapon back in the game just always nerfed nerf because the reason I was removed was because it was like really overpowered. But I love to see that gun like that item. I love to see that item return. I love to see that item return. So yeah, that's a pretty cool stuff right there. So pretty cool stuff. And yeah, and that's pretty much my entire wish just for next season. And and yeah, else guys, I also reviewed this season and honestly, like this season for me, I mean, it was like I would say like a six like a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it's nothing too special, but at the same time, it was definitely not a bad season, and and we definitely got some really good additions this season. So honestly, I'll give this season like a 7.5 out of 10. It was definitely not a bad season, and with your building getting introduced, I'll say that carried pretty much the entire season. If you guys ask me, so yeah. So honestly, this season's pretty good. This season's pretty good. Good. Yeah. le- Uh, I just hope Epic does not mess up season three, even though so far it looks like next season is gonna be an absolute banger. So yeah. So 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 yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Remember guys, I joined earlier tomorrow, like 3 hours earlier, and the event is at 4 p.m. Eastern time, or or at 10 p.m. Central European time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.